audio, yeah.
Okay, for our viewers at home, I apologize for technical difficulties this evening. And we are not gonna have any video, but we will hopefully have audio for you to listen at least. And I'd like to welcome you all to our regular Yankton County regular meeting on June 4th, starting at 7:19 or 6:19, I'm sorry. And would you all remove your lids and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, again, I'd like to welcome you to our meeting this evening, June 4th, beginning at 6:19. Patty, would you please call the roll?
Wanda,
Here.
Ryan,
Here.
Dan,
Here.
Don,
Here.
John.
Here. Any conflicts of interest from any of the commissioners?
I do not.
I do not.
I do not.
I do not.
I would seek to remove item number 7, the Yankton Fire to Lesterville Fire. And with that change, I'd move to approve the agenda as amended.
I thought we
We're
were
gonna
remove the choose the vote center and post audit.
Oh, and that as well. Sorry.
Are we removing the
Both.
Lesterville fire one, I guess?
Both.
Okay,
Yeah,
didn't realize that.
And I'll amend that to choose a vote center and post audit. And with that second amendment, I would move to approve the agenda.
have a motion by Wanda, second by
Second,
Dan to approve the agenda as amended.
we needed the executive session too for personnel,
We do need executive session? Okay,
personnel and legal. So
okay.
are you okay
Executive
with that?
session.
Are you okay with that? Adding that, Wanda, to your motion?
Sure, I was
Okay.
not aware we were adding that.
Yep.
But it's not as if we had any time to talk about it before we started.
Personnel and legal. Now we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda with amended items. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Now's the time for public comment. Public comment is a time for persons to address this body on any subject. No action may be taken on a matter raised under this item of the agenda until the matter itself has been specifically included on an agenda as an item upon which action will be taken. Each person has up to 3 minutes to speak. There shall be no personal attacks against members of this body, county staff, individual or organizations. The chair has the authority to enforce this policy. Failure to adhere to these rules may result in forfeiture of remaining speaking time. Are there anyone that wants to speak at this time? Seeing none, public comment is closed. Obviously, we can move on to our allotted time, 6:10, canvass of June 26 primary.
Each vote center. And then the total. And there was 3,529 total.
This was in our packet, correct?
Yes.
Any questions from any of the commissioners? Have you had an opportunity to look at the?
You just need a motion, right, to approve
Yes.
the canvas? I move approval of the canvas.
Second.
I have a motion by Dan, second by Wanda to approve the canvas. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
I have two copies for signatures.
Copies. Jim, you're up.
Jim, you're gonna kill all the mosquitoes in Yankton County for us?
Supervisor, I have the mosquito abatement contracts for the county for approval and signatures.
And I think this is a really good program we do to help out the small communities, and just glad we're able to do it. Something we do every year. Yep. I move approval of the mosquito spraying agreements.
Second,
Got a motion by Dan, second by Wanda to approve the abatement of this mosquito spraying agreement.
The only one we don't do is the city of Yankton. They do their own. Is that correct? So
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
thank you, Jim. Appreciate what
Thank
you
you,
do.
Jim. Next is to advertise for drainage commission opening. Who's?
Good evening. Yeah, it's that time of year. It's time to advertise for Drainage Commission opening. We have one opening that we'll be advertising for this month, and then we'll make that decision the first meeting in July.
Move approval to advertise for drainage opening.
Second,
Motion by Dan, second by Wanda to approve the opening of the advertisement for the Drainage Commission. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
aye.
Opposed,
Aye.
nay. Motion carries.
We're ahead of schedule now.
At 3 minutes.
We are.
Want to do claims or minutes? Payroll?
What minutes?
Certainly.
I would move the approval of the May 19, 2026 minutes.
Got a motion by Wanda,
Second.
second by Dan to approve May 19, 2026 minutes. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
Aye.
nay. Motion carries. 2026 payroll,
Move approval.
Second,
motion by Dan, second by Wanda to approve May 26, 2026 payroll. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
You know, and, you postpone, you declined that one payment for the, juvenile detention,
Yes.
and I can't, do you remember what the total was? I was trying to look for the minutes, but I can't remember what the total you guys,
Well, whatever it was from last month, yeah, it was the full amount. That you,
so far we've spent like, we have paid them for that.
No, you mean for the extra money?
yeah, that extra money on last meeting's claims. Yeah, we didn't want to pay that. So, I mean, we could look back and the claims from last,
Cause we paid so far for both, there was two companies, Tegra. And,
yeah.
and so far we spent like 35,000,
No, more like 52.
but so far, that's all we spent.
I guess that was an issue, but the other part of it is nobody knows what that, because we asked, well, what is this for? And I couldn't get an answer. So if they can come in and justify it was for something, I'm fine paying the bill, but until we know what that was for, I guess. So if they want to come and explain it to you and you pass it on to us, then we can pay it
Okay.
if it's owed.
Okay,
Thank you.
I would move to approve the claims with the exception of 11 memberships for Thrive. Apparently, the county is paying for 12 memberships when we have one commissioner that's on the board. So we should probably pay for one. And I have it from a good source that some of the department heads don't want that in their budget.
I'll second that.
Motion by Wanda, second by Ryan to approve the claims versus with the amended item. So, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
I
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
move to go into Board of Adjustment.
You want to do pooled cash and auditor treasurer report
Like
first?
6:30 now.
Okay,
6:30.
Motion
Got a
to go
motion by
into,
Dan,
Second.
second by Ryan to move into Board of Adjustment for a couple of CUPs that are on the agenda.
First one's applicants requesting a conditional use permit to conduct construction services on a lot in an agricultural district per Article 5, Section 507, Article 18, Section 1805, and Article 19, Section 1905. Said property is legally described as the north 191 feet of the south 382 feet of Lot 1, Track 1, Malen's addition in Section 35, Township 94 North, Range 55 West of the 5th Principal Meridian, Yankton County, South Dakota. E911 address is 30808 444th Avenue, Mission Hill, South Dakota. And the applicant is here if you have any questions.
come on up, sir. Welcome. State your name for the record, please.
Ivan Schaefer.
What kind of project are you guys doing?
We provide directional boring services and cable plowing to, some, I guess, all around the area here, Northwestern Energy, Midco, BY Electric, Clay Union Electric. And I'm just kind of looking to build a shop out there, I guess, and,
Okay.
and house my equipment.
Okay.
Any other questions for the applicant?
So like what kind of, is there gonna be a lot of heavy equipment to use, like bulldozers and things like that? or
The
what?
cable plow is the
Okay.
biggest
Okay.
thing that I have. I
Mhm.
believe it weighs around 35,000 pounds on a fully loaded truck and trailer. It's still under 80,000. In the springtime, it is
Okay.
exceeding weight limits of the county roads. And usually I have it in Huron in the wintertime. That's where I'm from. And we don't bring it down usually until
Good.
after that, or we bring it to a specific
Yeah.
project.
And that's one of my concerns because you'll be located right on what, 444 there?
Yes.
And when we do have load limits, those are to protect the roads that we use and that'd be a non-divisible load. And so, yeah, it could potentially cause some pretty serious issues with that. So, did the planning commission or anything recommend any type of road maintenance agreement or something? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I don't foresee this being a problem, but hopefully you're super successful and your business expands, but I guess I would like to see some sort of road maintenance agreement with the highway department, and just if damage happens, it's paid for, because we have experienced that unfortunately in the past. Is that something you'd be okay with?
Yeah, I guess I'm not entirely sure what that all entails, but
Yeah, it'd be what we've done in the past, we do them for gravel pits and those things. If, road damage would happen, you would just take care of that. And that's, could be anything. I know in the lake area, we've had people, drive off a bulldozer and pivot steer in the road in 100-degree weather. And, that, I know you would never do that, but unfortunately it happens
Yep.
all the time. So what's the rest of the commission think? I'm sure it's not gonna be a problem, but if we don't have any type of agreement in when we approve this conditional use permit, there's no going back and fixing it later.
Yeah.
So,
I think Mike has a standard, road improvement or
Mhm.
condition that
Yeah.
we should implement into the CUP.
yeah, I was thinking something along the lines as we need a maintenance agreement with the highway superintendent, and then the applicant agrees to pay for or rectify any damage that would occur. Something simple like that, unless you guys have, I don't know, I don't foresee that happening, but it's good to have those agreements in.
I agree. I think it should be in writing to up
Yeah.
front. We got an issue out on West 11th that somebody hauled a bulldozer in and like Dan said,
Yeah.
pivoted it right on West 11th, and
Yeah.
now we got a big gash in the
And
road that's gonna have to be fixed. So
not, just for reference, like my equipment is being stored there. I'm not working on the roadway at all. It's all within the property. It would be more of a probably a heavy truck traffic issue than it would be per se.
But
Those
even
are
not
rather
only
random.
that road, but any road in Yankton County that
Yep.
you're working on
Yep.
would be included in the road haul agreement. So
Yep. Okay, yeah, which would be any, we work on several of them.
sure. So if we could put that condition onto the CUP, I'd see no problem with.
You see any?
So-
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, so you're just building a shop there on, and it's a shop and storage
A,
lot?
a shop and a storage lot is
Okay.
what, living quarters, a house, I guess, more than
Oh,
anything.
so it's a living quarters too, so it's not just construction services, it's also a living quarters, and it's just your family?
It's gonna be more to house my guys. A lot of us are from Huron. We travel down here every week, and rather than hotels and stuff, if I'm building a shop and everything, it just seems to make sense to kind of consolidate that and try not to spend the money on hotels, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I mean, I don't have an issue with that, but that's really not in this application that I mean, the way I read it is for construction services, and now it's,
Now
kind
there's
of
housing
adding
and stuff as
something.
well.
Yeah.
Now there's a housing involved as well in the C.
And I guess, if I was a neighbor and I saw that it was just gonna be construction services, that might not be a big deal. Like, how many people are we talking about housing?
It's me and three other
Okay,
guys.
it's not like 40 people
No,
or something?
no,
Okay.
and,
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you think about that, Gary, now that we're adding stuff like, I mean, Mhm.
Didn't know about the
Mm.
employees, didn't have an issue with that, but I certainly don't disagree with the condition of putting a road haul.
Yeah.
agreement in
I'd
place.
maybe do like maximum 5 people stay there. I mean, because it wouldn't be fair to the community and I'm not saying you do this, we're gonna have 4 people and then 2 years from now, there's 80 people living out there. That wouldn't be, that happens in North Dakota.
That's
and
exactly what
stuff.
we don't want. And the other thing, I'm looking at the drawing here, it shows that you are building the building 15 feet from property line.
it would be roughly 15 feet. That lot line doesn't exactly run straight, so. It would
Okay,
be a
it's
little-
like in ag, we have a 50-foot setback on all borders.
Yeah, and this was one of the non-conforming lots before, and my understanding was that was amended to a 10-foot side and 50-foot.
That's
front.
that's part of the ordinance
Mhm.
for
Okay.
non-conforming.
Yeah. Because I think in the reason that is because these lots were so small, they basically became
So how
unbuildable.
big is the lot?
Ag would be 10 acres, smaller than that would be.
How big is this lot?
It's roughly 200 by 400, I believe.
Is it about, 3-4 acres then, Gary?
It's just under 2.
Just under 2, yeah. I don't know what the rest of the board feels. I would be okay, road maintenance agreement, and then we cap it. I'm flexible on the number 4 or 5 people, because like you had said, we don't want this to turn into some big camp, so I'd say
mean,
maybe max 5.
Well, can we describe what's the living quarters? Is there specifications on the living quarters?
So long-term, I would like to find a place that is less on a county road and more on a state highway. My future plans, I want to build it like a house. So that in the future, it's a little easier to sell and more
Mhm.
marketable to other people, I guess.
Okay.
So it would be finished as a house would be.
Sorry, I'm not there, but how much would this cost?
How much?
Price,
The shop,
Shopping
uh,
and shelves.
Ballpark.
ballpark is probably in the $300,000 to $400,000 range is what I'm guessing.
We don't. Do we have that in our budget?
That's not costing us anything. He's putting that in.
Yeah,
He's paying for that.
Okay.
Is this the?
It's adding
the
to
one
the
that,
budget.
Dave Healy owned this
Yes.
lot? Okay, I know which one. And I think this is a positive thing that this lot is, it used to be a junkyard and got cleaned up and it's really an odd one and, so I guess I'm in favor of that with the condition. Do you have anything else you wanted to add? Are you good or?
Well,
for
I don't know.
motion?
I'm still a little bit concerned about just the whole living quarters. Like, okay, so it's like how many bedrooms, bathroom, what kind of,
Like a 4-bedroom house.
it's be like a 4-bedroom living
Is
quarters.
there a cap, like cap it at no more than 5 people?
I guess the word I'm like is like, so in ag, we have conditions for living quarters and for a family and family members, but we don't really have it for unrelated
Yeah.
people and,
Yeah.
or, like it's,
And that's,
We have
why
Airbnbs out in the lake area that are not even monitored, so I don't
it's
see
a
a
different
big-
zoning area, but I get both what you're saying, but I think the concern to me would be, we don't want it to turn into a huge man camp with
and
people coming in all the time, and if we cap that number at 5, which he said it'd be fine.
I'm just worried about, like, I want to make sure that it fits in a long term
Yeah.
within our zoning ordinance and does not become this unique thing that then starts to,
Yeah.
snowball into having a lot
Yeah.
more unique things and getting out of
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that we are staying within the confines of our zoning
Yeah.
laws.
And this construction facility is at CUP and ag. So I mean, it's something that we already allow. And knowing that property, it was a really big eyesore a number of years ago. It's been cleaned up and is a vacant lot now. So I guess I'm gonna make a motion and we can discuss it if we get more, but I'd make a motion to approve the request with the condition that there's road maintenance agreements signed with the highway superintendent to cover any road damage that would occur, and that we have a maximum of 5 employees or 5 individuals, however you guys want it. I could say 5 employees living on that property.
5 employees or 5 non-related people?
I like
What
the
if
way
he
you
has
said it.
6 children?
Yeah, how about, 5 non-related employees? And then that would limit that to turn into something that I don't think would be appropriate. So does that work for you?
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't,
Okay, and I'm open to
Yeah.
if somebody has a different idea, but
I have a motion by Dan. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Wanda. Any further discussion?
Well, okay. Just kind of going through this. Section 516, new resident requirements. Do we have any capos in the area? Animal, any type of agricultural operations that, because we're bringing a residence into an agricultural area?
that would have to be something he would sign when he gets the building permit.
Okay.
That would be on that.
Because I'm still, yeah. I guess I'm still a little bit concerned about the whole, it's one thing to have a single family home, but now we're talking about something that's not quite a single family home, or at least not being used as a single family home. It's not a residence. You're not claiming residency there, right?
Yep.
You're using it as a place to stay. It's temporary housing for you and your employees.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is listed as a conditional use, and the zoning for construction services, and we could,
Yeah, and that's,
Yeah.
that's the easy part, yeah.
Yeah.
Construction services, that's an easy one, yeah.
a yard structure.
Definitely. There, the hard part is trying to find where within the CUP do we make that argument that we are working within the confines here with that part, with the living quarters. That's not a residence.
Gary, where do you see this at?
So, yeah, I totally understand what Ryan is saying. That's why it does make sense to add another condition on if that's a concern. And you may even want to add that he talked about finding a different residence down the line, that condition goes away at that point, that he vacates the property also.
I mean, because if he's building a shop and there's living quarter, and he says you're kind of gonna build it like a house with the intent of selling it, and somebody's not gonna use it for construction services after a year, that CUP goes away and it just
Right.
becomes another
Now it
homestead
becomes a
resident.
potential, yeah, we
Yeah.
just don't want to have it now become,
Mm.
you know, lead into something else that's even, you
Yeah.
know, going down a slippery slope or anything. So I
Yeah.
don't know if we can, I'm trying to think of what condition, maybe what we put on,
Sure.
that's the right word.
And planning commission didn't bring any of that up, so.
Yeah, I think the road maintenance agreement and then limiting to the unrelated people, I think that would work. And
I think what I want to say is like, cause like he's only using this for temporary. He's not using it as a residence. He's not using it as, and so there's no person of residence there. There's no resident
Right.
there. And so I guess what I wouldn't mind having is the condition that there is no residence there. Like, you can't claim residence there. It is only for temporary housing for you to stay at. It's like,
I don't know, I think that might,
I think that confuses the issue a
Correct me if
little
I'm
bit.
wrong, I think you can only claim residency at one place or the other.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that'd be a
I don't
little.
want to have suddenly it turns into one of his employees or three of his employees now claim residency there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
well,
I mean, I thought Dan's condition was probably would work.
and my concern is he sells this in a couple years and somebody buys it and they're, running a tree service out of there and the guy wants to live there. And that
Mhm.
conditional use, and now and I get what you're saying, I
Yeah.
understand why, but
That's
now
what I'm like-
that condition is he can't claim the property that he owns.
Exactly. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I'm really trying
And
to
there's no, I
figure out
don't
how
think
to
there's any silver bullet.
keep this
Yeah.
from turning into something that's definitely,
Yeah.
we did not intend within
Yeah.
the ordinances.
Yeah. And
I don't want to open the door to something that we did not intend start happening.
that's always the risk. Yeah.
So do we have a another condition to put on this? Otherwise, we have a motion to
Yeah.
approve the CUP with certain conditions
With,
of no more than
Road
five staying
maintenance
there.
agreement and
And a
limited
road maintenance.
five unrelated people and I wish there was I know, get what you're saying. I just don't know how we put that as a condition. And,
Mhm.
unless you can think of it in the next few seconds, I think we just move on and.
Well, I can't think of a condition. I guess I can't think of a condition to
Yeah.
add. So if we have the motion on.
Patty, please call the
on
roll.
floor.
Yes.
Wanda,
Yes,
Ryan,
No,
Don,
Yes,
John.
Yes. Motion carries.
Good luck to you. Appreciate you investing in the county. Thank you.
Next item, Gavin's Point Recreation LLC.
Applicants requesting a conditional use permit to add an additional building to a previously approved conditional use permit per Article 11, Section 1107, Article 18, Section 1805, and Article 19, section 1905. Said property is legally described as lots 1 through 3 and 6 through 8. The owns addition in the southeast quarter and the northwest quarter in section 15, township 93 north, range 56 west of the 5th principal meridian, Yankton County, South Dakota. E911 address is 3311 Deborah Boulevard, Yankton, and the applicant is here to answer any questions.
Welcome, ma'am. State your name for the record and tell us about your project.
Good evening. I'm Mariah Nelson. Thank you for having me here tonight to talk about our project of expansion for our existing conditional use permit at Gavins Point Recreational Center. The conditional use was needed for the service facility of the RVs, not specifically for sales, but the second building is for a service expansion. Frankly, when we just built the service department too small for our growth, and we're excited to add a building for the service department and move it right next to our current facility. It will be a 192 foot by 70 foot service facility, so about the same size as the current building, but it will be for service department only. When I say service department, these are travel trailers. We're not doing automotives in the service department. It's mainly travel trailers, construction type work, appliance repairs, those kinds of things. A lot of our service staff are working outside in the elements much of the year, just because we have too small of service facility. So this will give them a nice new facility to work in. We did get confirmation from all of our neighbors in the area HOA or not homeowners, commercial district, that all of our neighbors are perfectly okay with it. There was no concerns expressed. I have those all, that it's all okay. So I don't know of any concerns at this point in time. Be happy to hear any.
Okay,
I would move to approve the
let's
CUP.
get public in. We'll try and do public input first, right?
Any public input for the
Oh.
CUP?
My bad.
Seeing none,
I
public comment is closed.
Question, go ahead.
I do have one question really quick, just in your whole thing, I'm assuming this new building is gonna look a lot, the facade is gonna very well match your existing building and stuff.
Absolutely. Yes. Same construction, metal construction material, same colors, same landscaping.
I just want to make sure, that we're following within the lakeside requirements.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Gary, and the reason is they have a CUP and they're adding on, so they already have a CUP for repair. Yeah, yeah. 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 Yeah, I guess I don't see any issue with it. That's a good point you bring up. It's gonna be compatible with the neighbors in it. I'm glad your business is expanding so much you have to add on, so
Thank
it's a
you.
positive.
And just one comment, I was down there, we had the 250th flag raising here a month ago, 3 months ago.
Mm.
And I mean, the facility is like
Yeah.
state of the art, nice.
Mm.
This building is gonna add workforce or ability to work inside and
Yep.
move forward. A lot of the campers need to be worked on in the winter time
Yeah.
and
Yep.
I certainly would not want to work outside
Yeah.
on a camper, so.
We're excited to add up to another 10 positions through this expansion, and it's an all air conditioned facility as well. So a great addition.
Did you have your motion, Wanda? Do you want to?
I did. I
I
moved
have a
to
motion
approve
by
this
Wanda,
CUP.
second by,
I thought you seconded it. Well, I'll second it.
seconded by
I
Ryan.
seconded.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you all.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let us know when it's built.
What
Like to
was
come see it.
Mariah Nelson?
Yeah,
Mariah Nelson.
we'll be excited about it.
All right. Yep, that'd be great. Make a motion to go back into regular session.
A
Second.
motion by Dan, second by Ryan to move back into regular session. Looks like on the next, we've kind of jumped around, but I think we've got approved the salary increases for the sheriff's employees.
I think-
EMT.
I think
Oh,
we have the
EMT?
ambulance first.
EMTs is first. I had a check mark there for some reason.
Isn't that, do EMTs come before deputies?
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
How does
I
that
think-
work, guys? What? Yeah, it's
Good evening.
arm wrestle for it, right?
Yeah.
Do
So we're here to approve the 5
We
employees.
already did, Don.
Oh, okay. We're here to approve the 5 employees. There's 2 full-time employees and 3 part-time employees, all positions we've already had currently. And then we're also asking to hire 1 part-time paramedic that would just be filling an existing position that's open.
Okay, so we're not actually adding any new employees. We're hiring
Nope.
for
It's
openings.
all openings that we currently have. Yep.
How is the hiring process?
It went
Is
great.
tough? Is it tough to find people?
We had 11 applicants, and that's part of the reason we decided to bring on our part-time pool, because we had
Mhm.
3 or 4 really qualified applicants that came through, so we wanted to try to snag them up while we had an opportunity.
Get a motion?
I move to approve.
Motion by Wanda to approve the hiring of the group that has been suggested.
And then are we gonna need a resolution at the next meeting, or is this gonna take place for that, or how?
They're already in the package.
That-
John just has to
Okay.
sign it.
Got it.
You
And
get a second? Or,
did we have a second?
no, I don't have a second yet, I don't believe.
I'll
I got a-
second.
I got a second a motion by Wanda, second by Ryan. Any further discussion?
Yeah, for discussion, and I think it's been brought up. And I understand we start people at different steps due to experience, but I think, and Ryan brought this up, and I think it's a good point. Maybe we need to get a policy on that, because it's really subjective. I see some people are starting at 0, some people are starting at 3. Maybe we need to tighten that up, and it would be something that we'd have to do. That's a good point you bring
I
up.
believe the
And-
commission or this commission
Hmm.
approved a resolution not too long ago
Hmm.
that department heads can hire up to 4 steps
Yeah.
without
Mhm.
commission approval.
And I do like that. Yes, exactly. Each step above 0, you're detailing exactly kind of experience and then
Mhm.
justifying why you're going up that high on steps. So.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Now we're on the sheriff.
Good evening, everybody. Sheriff Christie here, just wanting to, I didn't come in on the 19th. I did have some promotions within our department. We do have, approximately 38 full-time employees. We do have a lot of oversight on different departments in our facility. And so there is supervisory roles that we have to have in order for us to have a successful sheriff's office. I didn't make it on the 19th, so I wrote you guys some letters. It was my son's birthday party, and I had to coach soccer that night, so I apologize I didn't come, but I wrote the letters for you. I don't know if you still have those letters, but
In the packet.
in the packets, okay. So in the jail, we had a 10-year employee who is stepping up to be the new corporal on a squad. We have 4 different squads in our jail. And the current corporal is stepping down from her role. And so the corporal that's stepping down is going to take a pay cut, because it's a supervisory role, of $1,503.53. And the one that's been here for 10 years, she's moving up to the corporal role, and she'll be making $792.63 a year. So her being here for 10 years almost kind of hurts her a little bit, but that's what I brought. Well, that's what I wrote in the letter, or had you guys on the 19th to approve. So that's the difference on that switch. If there's any questions on that one?
How is this not an end around from the matrix where we're only going to do things one time a year?
This actually is using the matrix. So
It's an end around.
it's a
is it not?
Well, not really, because like what we're talking about, the end round was to, do a pay increase in the middle of the year or something, and using the matrix to do pay increases. These are positional changes, and so positional changes
So we could
reflects
just
movements within the.
say, I'm going to make you I'm not military, so I don't know which goes higher than the other. I'm going to make you a corporal and make her a sergeant and make him a major and just call it a different name and give him a raise. Is that what we're saying?
They're 2 employees. One's been here for 10 years. and they are switching roles. So one will be stepping down, and the one that's been there for 10 years will be stepping up into her supervisory role. And you need to have supervision on the squads.
How many supervisory people do you have in the sheriff's office itself?
Well,
Not in the
the
jail.
sheriff's office is separate from the jail.
I am cognizant of that
So,
fact.
well, I'm talking about the jail right now.
I know, but I'm asking you, how many supervisory people do you have in the sheriff's office? Not in the jail, just in the sheriff's office.
Okay, can we focus on this one first? What's
No,
your
I
question?
want an answer.
What do you want?
I want an answer. How many people do you have in a supervisory role in the sheriff's office?
You have me as the sheriff. I have an investigative captain. I have a patrol captain, okay? And then below that, I have a sergeant in investigations. And then I have I have 2 sergeants on patrol because there's 2 separate squads that run 24/7, 365. So they have 24/7 coverage in the county.
So you have 6
Yeah,
using the old math.
sure.
Okay. Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Now we have corporals, but they get no extra pay. They're just senior deputies. So,
So the one other thing is like, and I think it's, as she's saying, like the end around, like, and it's hard for us to visualize just really quickly here again. Our matrix is it's been a little bit befuddled right now, and we need to stabilize that. And so I think when we do our budgets, we did talk about making sure that we're very detailed on all of our department employees, where they're landing in that matrix, that we can start to really see where this matrix map is at. Because I was just looking at this, you're going grade, your promotion is going from grade 7 to grade 8, and then your demotion is going from grade 9 down to grade 7. And it seems very like, I don't know, it's hard to picture that,
yeah, there's actually in the policy, in the handbook, it shows you where positions are at.
Yeah.
So
we don't have that. I don't have that right in front of me right
Oh.
now. So, but I get, and then we were just talking about the confusion that happens with the matrix, and that's part of that, I think. And I think that's something that we need to do better on. And that's something that we'll probably have to fix very soon in the future of how we can handle these things a little bit better and more smoothly.
yeah, in the last 3.5 years since I've been the sheriff, every budget, and you guys all get the proposal that I give you, it says sergeant, it says, I had chief deputy in there one time, but I haven't filled the chief deputy spot. So if I
know
hired,
You took the chief deputy out because you did higher than the other.
well, I can always promote a captain to a chief deputy if I would want. So I just haven't done that.
I move approval.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk about the
Okay.
other one. So the other letter I sent you guys, so Jordan Maxon is a deputy sheriff for us. He worked for the city of Yankton for the YPD. He's one of the guys that we got from the PD. And so he was deployed last year. I talked about him to you guys numerous times. So he's almost gone for a whole year for deployment. Federally, we have to hold his position, so we filled his spot with part-timers. He got back, we opened up our sergeant position. We wanted to be fair. We didn't want to hire a sergeant with him not be able to really apply for it. And so I think his salary, he was like $6,958.15 is what I'm suggesting that he'll bump up to with his sergeant position, which the matrix all matches. He was making $65,111.92 for a difference of $846.23 for the year. So we didn't fill his position for almost a year.
And then on his, I'm going to call it anniversary date, that might not be the actual buzzword, but on his anniversary date, then he'll then get a cost of living increase in addition.
Yeah, he won't get any steps like you guys passed your resolution. Nobody in the department, even when you guys, and I know when,
Nobody else gets.
yeah, nobody's gotten any step increases. It's just what Commissioner Heine was talking about. It's the promotions. And so I'm,
Patty, for the anniversary stuff, I mean, that's gotta be hugely confusing. Should we just do it like annually instead of like,
Well, I think I
you know?
always thought that's what, when you guys have stated no promotions, no. You know, that's, I mean, that doesn't, the anniversary date does not count anymore. It's from
Okay.
year to year, whatever you
Okay,
guys
good.
decide
Good, okay,
for increase of wage increase.
okay,
I mean, that's through the whole year.
Yeah, okay.
Until you guys specify other than
Okay.
that.
all right.
And that's what we're basically doing now, is specifying other than that.
Yeah.
That's what everybody does, other departments do, that's all they get, their employees get.
So it's an annual one and not done.
Everyone, every employee got a cost of living increase, 2.8,
Okay,
was it?
No,
2.3, 2.3,
3 last.
3%.
3% last year.
Now, if there's any changes from that, it's gotta come to us in this form.
Yes.
Good.
which I did do on the 19th.
Yeah.
And I wrote letters. So I was like, well, what else do I need to do?
Show up in person. I
Yeah.
know.
Well, I would have.
Yeah. Oh, you're here now.
I had to coach a highly anticipated soccer game, so.
Yeah.
What age group?
This would be 6-year-old girls, so,
Is that better or worse than in jail?
but
Okay.
I think the soccer. is
So-
tough.
I want to move approval for these, these 2 promotions and 1 demotion.
Have a motion by Ryan for all 3
For
of
all 3.
these,
Second.
and I have a second by Dan. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Alright,
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you. And if you guys have any questions ever, you can stop in my office. You have my cell phone number. You can call me anytime. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions.
Thanks for really putting this through the paces stuff. So we're gonna get all the wrinkles sorted out on this.
Well, I did miss a baseball practice tonight that I was supposed to help coach, so this is important for the employees, so thank you.
Are you doing the safety committee discussion? Is that you
We
too?
have to do the full cash.
No, this next
I
safety,
to
safety,
approve the
is that you?
auditor's treasure report and full
Wait,
cash.
wait, are we,
Safety Bennett.
are you doing the safety committee, Sheriff, or who's here?
I am.
Okay.
Gary.
Now, what,
Sorry.
All right, so you had the structure for the Safety Benefits Committee in the packet. I guess we just need to decide how you want to pick the employees, or if you had any other questions in regards to the structure, whether you want them to volunteer or be volunteered by their department head, or whether you want to appoint them. And then if there's something to be corrected on here, I'll get it on for next meeting's agenda for a possible adoption of safety committee with the structure as stated.
I think voluntold is probably the right way to do it, unless you have
From the department
volunteers.
heads.
My thought process would be the department heads, either the department heads or someone that they can get to volunteer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can go along with that.
I'll state it that.
Are we
I'll
gonna-
make that little correction and we'll put it on next meeting's agenda for Patty.
And this is the one through the safety benefits, and I think it's really valuable. I know that some of the other counties use that, and it does help our insurance rates and to reduce loss and injuries and those types of things. So I think it is really a positive move that we're moving forward, and I thank you, Gary, for doing that. 'Cause
Gary, just so you're aware, your update is not the one that's in the packet.
It doesn't say, it says these can be appointed or requested for volunteers by county commission.
I think when you just make your approval, add the condition that the auditor will track the completion.
Yes, and it says that. It already said the auditor will track.
Not in the packet.
And
Oh, really?
in our online one. it
Yeah,
does.
the online one
Maybe I'll
does.
just print it.
I don't have the updated packet though.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's in there. So, the only thing I would have to change if you think is necessary is department heads will volunteer the
Well, I
person.
think it's, yeah, I think it's either the department head needs to do that or they need to get a
Get an-
volunteer
get a
or a
volunteer from their
volunteer
department.
or a volunteer
Okay.
person to do that.
I'll make that little change and we'll get it on the next agenda.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Gary.
Now, Wanda, you're up.
I'd move to approve the April 2026 Auditor Treasurer Report and pooled cash.
Second.
Motion by Wanda, second by Dan to approve the April 2026 Auditor Treasurer Report and pooled cash. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Task force updates. Don, do you got anything to update us on the? Or Dan, you got anything to update us on the?
No, I guess the only thing I'd like to see coming from the task force is, I know there was discussion on road and bridge funding, and if that's gonna be the case, we'll need a recommendation on that really soon. And then the second thing, and I haven't seen a lot of this as well, is I would like the financial task force to at least look in and give us a recommendation on our county ambulance. And the only reason I say that is, you know, again, we're the only county that runs a full-time ambulance in the state. There are multiple ways to do that. And I think just having some fresh eyes on that is going to be helpful. That's pretty much all I have for the task force updates. But if they are going to recommend some changes, you know, I know they had talked about SB 96. I would like to have that on the agenda for the meetings to follow, so we can get public input and just gauge the public's interest on something like that. So if we could just add that on, that'd be the half-cent sales tax to reduce property tax.
I think SB 96 should be added to our
Yeah,
agendas from
yeah.
here on out, just to hopefully some public members will come in and give us some direction on what their thoughts are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
The
And
half-cent
SB
sales
96.
tax for the property tax reduction, because I want some public input on that, and we'll have to make a decision in about a month or so. Get some
Okay.
public input on that, so. I had one more thing.
Dan,
Yeah.
how does that tie into economic development?
That was more of a question for the financial task force.
Okay, thank you.
And you know, one more thing I had for the financial task force is I think we need a presentation from Sheila Cross to come in and talk to the commission on the South Dakota Financial Investment Trust. I've had a meeting with her and Gary and Don, and I think that's going to be a positive move for us, but we should get your guys' input and maybe the financial task force as well. And that's the group that a lot of counties and organizations are using to maximize your returns on investment.
And don't they charge an $18,000 fee?
Well, I think they more than make it up. All I'm
Is she
saying,
from-
let's be open to.
Where's she from?
Where's she from? Is she from Huron or something like that? Mitchell? Where's she from?
Miller.
Miller.
Yes,
Had-
give me her information and I'll pass that on to Doug Ekron and
Had we had these same monies on a short-term staggered certificates of deposit, we would have more than made up for that without having to pay somebody to do it.
I agree. All I'm suggesting is we hear her spiel and then make a decision after that. So that's all I have.
as far as the economic development, I was sick when we had that and Ryan,
And
you
I
was,
was detained as well, so we missed the last
Right,
meeting.
Was that, no, okay.
but
Yeah.
it was broadcasted and it was on Stream Live, so
Okay.
it's still a work in progress as far as I'm concerned, as far as some of the reporting issues for us.
Mhm.
I think I'm very interested in starting to look at tools to help us to really visualize exactly how our county is operating and with its cash flow. And then I really do think, it's gonna be interesting because it doesn't look as, I don't think it looks as bad as what it's been made out to be, so.
But you guys are gonna, the financial they're gonna maybe give a recommendation on like road and bridge levies and things like that. Is that the plan?
Well, I think the one thing out of it is that we're gonna have, I think we'll have better tools to look on a longer term basis of looking, using our data from years past to looking forward more than just a year ahead.
Yeah, and I understand that, you know, but the deadline, if we're gonna do something like that, is July 15th. We can't do it after that. And so if that's part of the plan, that needs.
That's one item. I don't
Yeah.
know that it's,
Okay.
I don't know that it's the responsibility of the task force to make that recommendation. I think that's
Sure.
the five of us are pretty much in agreement that
Yeah.
that's kind of the direction we want to head. So
Maybe we should have Kurt Ulmer from Hutchinson County.
Absolutely.
And maybe, if you'd be okay, Patty, maybe, and Diane come down too and tell us how they did it. Cause when he spoke, it's been a real positive thing for their community. Is that something maybe we would want to put together next meeting, or at least
I think we can
educate us?
talk to them on the 18th of June is when our next 8 county meeting is, and we can talk to both of them and see when they're gonna be available
Sounds good.
and get them on down here or make the decision
Yeah.
on what their comments are. So
So, well, my only concern is if that's the direction we wanted to head, we're short on time.
gotcha.
And we should have, to be transparent and open to the public, we should be talking about it now and not like at the last minute. That's my thought. So, I can reach out to Kurt, see if he could come down, and Diane, and have that conversation. So, thank you.
Okay. Public comment. Now's the time for,
Yeah, just.
yes,
let me
Don.
Throw this out. I got a call, this week, I believe it was this week, from our superintendent of schools, who has resigned, from, being on the economic development task force. Has, seen it as a long-term project and it's taken more time than he had anticipated. So my recommendation would be that I go back to him and get somebody else from their business department at the school involved, because they take a major portion of anything that develops.
Sure.
I don't have any issue with that, Don.
Go for it.
Okay.
Now it's time for public comment. I see somebody jumping up.
Greg Goodrich. I live on 294th Street. Since you all approved the wind power stuff that was going on, well, I heard a rumor that it's not going to be there. What's going to happen to my road? Y'all took it off the schedule because it was supposed to get double chipped. And now I was told, well, the wind people are going to take care of it. From what I heard, they aren't coming through. So let's talk about 294 sometime. That's all I got to say. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Rich. Any further public comments? Seeing none, public comment is closed. Commissioner updates, anything going on?
I got a couple things that you guys got anything on?
I don't have anything tonight.
A couple things I got is the Build 250
All
through
that.
through Congress, and this, a lot of credit for this needs to go to NACO because they're really leading the charge. Counties have across the nation, 44% of the roads, and we understand in our state in particular, when we have that meeting with the association, that 94%, between 90 and 94% of the federal dollars that are supposed to go to state and local government from the federal government. Our state takes almost all of it, 94%. And so this bill, HR 8870, is set to dedicate 22% of that funding to counties, and that could be upwards of $580 billion. So this is a really good thing that NACO is helping counties on. If it passes, it'll really help us, because right now the state takes almost all of the federal dollars and leaves us with peanuts, basically.
Crumbs.
Well, and then we have to share those crumbs with the municipalities and townships. So, yeah, so from getting 6% to 22% could really be a game changer. So,
Absolutely.
and that's a good thing that NACO has done for us. Well worth the being a member of that organization. So, another thing, I guess, with our budgeting coming through, Patty had mentioned that. Where I would like to see, and I guess this has already been said, is that we're not going to accept any budget that's in excess of 2.5% increase, the CPI increase. Are we kind of on board with that, everybody?
Well, I
Right.
could, I sent a letter for.
Okay.
For, raises at 2.5.
Okay.
I mean,
And I would like,
It might be a little over,
okay,
like 3% with everything.
okay. I think we should maybe have the discussion as maybe we just hold the line at 3% or whatnot. I mean, certainly we don't, this is not the time of year to go much beyond, because if our CPI and growth is at 3% and our budget that we allow the departments is more than 3%, we're still going backwards. So is where are we all at on that from the department heads? What's the direction we want to give? 2.5%, 3%? More or less.
CPI right now for wages is 2.5.
Yeah. And I get insurance and
And,
those things.
and the budget is, I believe it's 3.4.
Okay, so then we're going backwards then, right?
So we're not going backwards. We can increase our budget by 3.4%.
Can we?
It's
Because,
1.9 plus 3
It's
plus
0.9.
or 0.9
0.9.
plus.
0.5. That's 3.4% increase on our budget.
but if we.
But
if we
wages are cost of living increase is 2.5 at the moment.
Yeah, and what I'm saying though is if, we increase our budget in the exact amount that we can raise taxes, we're not gaining anything either. If the growth and all of that, if we could come in at 3%.
I'm opposed to this. I'd rather have realistic budgets. I'd rather have
And
one
that's what
realistic
we're
budget.
looking at with these reports coming in.
Yes.
For,
And in all actuality,
Mhm.
it's not our budget that's the problem, it's the expenditures. That's what counts. Our budget is
That's how it
our budget.
works.
The expenditures is what counts. So
As long as there's not, any budgets that are significantly higher than that.
well, anytime you see a significant jump in budget, we're going to want to have justification. And
Yeah,
we
exactly.
need to have that. So
where-
that's part of that process. But we do want realistic budgets. We don't want to have budgets that cannot be followed.
But at the same point, if our budgets are growing higher than what we're taking in for revenue, then.
Well, then that's our problem that we have to we have to resolve here and figure out what to cut.
Yeah,
then, if
and
that's
all
the
I'm
problem.
saying is if we realize that our budgets are higher than our growth, why we shouldn't be accepting those. That's all I'm saying, and I'm ready.
What I'm saying is I want realistic budgets and honest budgets from our department heads.
Even if they're higher than the. rate
And
of
then
taxes
if
we're getting.
if they're higher, yeah, then we need to know, like, maybe there's a real justification for them to be higher. Otherwise,
Told by our health insurance to, put an estimation of 10 to 11% high.
That's less than the 30% we've seen in the past, so that's.
Yeah.
That's very, only going up 11%, that's good.
So I think most is gonna do like 11%.
get a motion to move into executive session.
I'd move that we go into executive
Second.
session for poor relief and legal and employees and anything else that we can talk about while we're in there.
Motion by Wanda, second by Dan to move into executive session. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Don, I'm just gonna
John, should
carry,
I
I'm just
call
gonna-
in?
yep, well, I'm just gonna carry my phone in. To move back. Motion carries. Thanks, Don. We will talk to you later.
I move to adjourn.
Got a motion to
No
adjourn?
action was
Second.
taken as a result of
Yeah,
executive session.
no action was taken in executive session, but do you want to put on? You want to put on, for the next session, the talking about the VSO officer and how we're going to potentially limit the usage of our VSO officer by out-of-state individuals?
Perfect. VSO discussion. Discussion.
Has to be more than discussion.
I would just say.
VSO potential restrictions.
VSO
Okay.
Okay. Anything else for next meeting?
Just the same.
And Gary's safety committee.
And by then, will we know the recount status? Well, does that have to be on the,
That's,
Agenda?
that could be on the next agenda.
That'll be canvas. Would it be canvas again?
That's a
In the morning.
Okay,
That's fine.
Motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
seconded?
I got a motion to adjourn by Dan, second by Wanda. To adjourn, any further discussions? Hearing none. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
We are, opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Probably not real.
Patty, I'm gonna notarize this and stick it in the window.
I can come early.
What?